Yo, what it do? Welcome back to the Mail Mann Show, baby. Y'all know we're gonna jump right into it, but tonight we got a topic that I want to talk about. That's what we're gonna focus on. I got a topic that I want to share with y'all. But before we jump into this topic, you know what it is, what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to think outside the box. So I need you to think in the box, outside the box, around the box, under the box, above the box. What is the box? The world is our box. And we're going to do anything that we got to do to be successful legally. That's what we're going to do. So make sure you don't put limits on yourself because the world is your playground and it's your box. Let's jump into this, baby. So tonight topic that I want to talk about is not all mothers deserve to be celebrated just because they give birth. Every mother ain't a good mother. Now I know some people gonna get mad about this and it's gonna ruffle a couple of feathers and people gonna get in their feelings and all what so be. But hey, the truth gotta be said. Somebody gotta say it, so why not me? Our mothers are not good mothers. It's just a fact. It's not an assumption. It's not a guess. It's a true fact. And I got questions here that I'm gonna just run across and see what we gonna touch on tonight. I want y'all to leave a comment in the comment section and let me know how you feel. If you agree, you disagree, or whatever it is, let me know how you feel. But before we jump into this, I want y'all to do this for me right quick. Just take a quick second to do this for me, okay?
I hope that you're enjoying the podcast. I just ask one thing. Could you like, subscribe, and follow? Tell a friend. Leave a comment. I'm trying to grow this channel and I want to grow it with you. Now let's get back to this entertaining content.
All right, let's get to it. Now, what we gonna talk about, or what I'm gonna talk about tonight, this gonna probably ruffle some feathers. It's gonna probably make a few people mad. But hey, we finna talk about it. We hear it all the time that you gotta respect your mother, obey thy mother. We know the other part, but we're gonna focus on mothers tonight. Obey thy mother, and your days on this earth shall be longer. Um, and I do agree, mothers do deserve respect. I do agree with that. I do not disagree with that. But I also believe respect, love, responsibility, accountability, all that goes together. It goes hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. You get what I'm saying? You can't say, oh, um, respect thy mother, but thy mother don't even respect thy child. They feel just because they gave birth that the child has no opinion, no presence, no stance. That's not right. So we're gonna talk about it. Giving birth to a child makes you the biological mother of that child. Yes, hands down. The bloodline of your blood is running through that child. So biologically, science-wise, you are the child's paternal mother. That's a given. Um, but and I'm thinking here, but does giving birth automatically make you a good mother? Does it put you in the good mother category just because that child came out of you? No, it don't. It don't. It don't put you in the good mother category just because that child came out of you. Because there are women who sacrifice everything for their children. It's true. They protect them, they teach them, provide for them, encourage them, promote them to do great and amazing things, um, remain present in their life whenever they need them. These are things that you have the mothers that's doing. And I made my notes here. But there's also mothers who abandon their children. There's mothers who's on drugs. There's mothers who abuse their children. There's mothers who neglect their children. There's mothers that unalive their children. There's mothers that tries to be friends with their children instead of being a parent. They refuse to take accountability for their negligence, bad behavior. They create damage to the child. Like the child grows up and become a negative product to society. And they have to live with those consequences. But that behavior started from the mother. And they're getting punished for not knowing. They didn't come in this world knowing the rules. They depended upon their mother to teach them the proper way to maneuver in this world. So today we're going to separate two things that society sometimes treat as the same thing: being a mother and being a good mother. They're two separate things, totally two separate things. So let's run down my list of questions of what I have here. All right. What actually qualifies someone as a good mother? What gives her the right to call herself a good mother? Is it because she had a child? Is it because she's present in that child's life? I don't think none of that is the key to it. Because again, like we say, just because you gave birth, that doesn't mean nothing. In my opinion, what qualifies that makes a good woman a good mother is a woman that is a good representation of what a woman is to the child. A woman that carries herself with respect, to lead by example instead of just verbalizing her words, but living through her actions in a totally different way. A mother that listens to her child, a mother that actually loves her child besides just saying the words, because love is an action word. So you can say it, but if you're not showing it through your actions, what sense does that make? You feel like you deserve a pat on the back. So to be qualified as a good mother, you have to show through your actions that you're a good mother. If given birth enough to earn lifelong respect from your child? No, absolutely not. And I'm gonna run through these questions, these I wrote down. Reason why? Because lifelong respect. You know how many kids grow up with parents or a mother that don't make sure they eat, a mother that will make sure her hair, nails, and her clothes look good, but the child looks like a bum. You know how many women that will use a child just to get back at the father because she's mad at the father, and that child had to endure all that pain growing up. So no, that does not give her lifelong respect, in my opinion. All right, what we got? Can someone love their children and still be a bad parent? Ooh, let me think on that one. I ain't sure. Because if you're a bad parent, is it really love? I don't think it's really love. Or are you giving off the same thing that happened to you as a child? Are you passing that trait down? So you think that since you loved them the way that you felt that your mother or your parents loved you, that's love? Not realizing that you still a bad parent? That's interesting. But I don't think you can call it love and you are mistreating them. That's not some love. That's psychological mind torture. Let's see. Why does society sometimes make adult children feel guilty for discussing what their mother did wrong. That's a good one there. That I don't think people understand how serious that is. You know how many kids had tumultuous, horrible upbringing, and they still love their parents. Then when they became that adult and they went back to their parents and revisited that bad childhood and try to point it out to their mother, and you see a lot of mothers will dodge that, don't want to take accountability. Oh, it wasn't that bad. Oh, you pushing something to the extreme. I ain't do that. They all of a sudden got amnesia now. They got they got a lapse of memory. That whole section of what they did just is no longer there. Why can't you just be honest? You was a mama. You was a mama. You might have just be honest. Like, you gonna just keep lying to this child, even though they know what you put them through? Come on, man. Come on, bro. Some of y'all mamas wasn't even present to feed the children. I know somebody that grew up, not necessarily with their mother, but a person that was a mother figure for them, got so mad at them. And you remember, I was born in the 80s. You remember the big phone that you had to dial with the big circle, 9 and 3, and you got the big circle on the dial phone. Hey, took the phone, either the phone handle and bust them in the head with it, or took the whole phone base and threw it and hit them in the head with it. And then asked them to lie when they got to the hospital. But you want to say you are a good mother? Get out of here with that, man. Get out of here with that. But you want to dread that, like that person bring it up to them now, they'll want to dodge it. Oh no, you exaggerating. It wasn't that bad. Yes, it was. That's what I'm telling you. It's crazy. Why do people say, but that's still your mom, even when the behavior would be unacceptable for anyone else? Why? That is a good question. Why do y'all still say, oh, no matter what your mother does or did, you got to forgive her? No, you don't. You got some moms that are so freaking bad. You would look like a fool to yourself to say, I want to forgive her. And people feel like just because this is your mom, you should forgive her. I'm going to tell you now, you don't have to. You don't have to, because you got some people who will forgive their mom, and even as an adult, now that they have forgiven their mom take advantage of that and still mistreat them. So you don't have to. Don't feel bad about it. Should parents have to earn their adult children respect just like everyone else? I think if you was a good parent, the respect should already have been there. You grew up with the respect, so you don't have to earn something that was already, in my opinion, given and implemented from birth all the way up into adulthood if you was a good mother, but obviously you wasn't. So now you got to go back and make up for, or at least try to make up for your negative behaviors. But you so set in your ways, you might not want to, but you're going to still feel like your child should let the past be the past. Let's move forward from this moment. But you ain't even changed in the moment. I mean, keep it real. But obviously you can't, or your child wouldn't be having that conversation with you. Can providing food, clothes, and shelter alone make somebody a good parent, or is that simply the minimum responsibility of raising a child? That is the minimum responsibility of raising a child. Why? Just because you provide food, clothing, and shelter, they didn't ask to be here. They didn't go and say, hey, excuse me, Can you make me your child? No. You went in and laid down and you made that baby. So how you gonna try to say that just because you have to provide food, clothing, and shelter, that they should be grateful? What? Any mother that thinks that way, I feel sorry for the children that she has. I feel sorry for the children that she has. That's not acceptable. Here's a good one. Okay. What happens when a mother consistently chooses a boyfriend or husband over her children? Ooh. Now, you should never have to choose a boyfriend or husband over your children if them are y'all children together. If those are y'all children together and y'all got married or y'all just continue to date, the love should equally be spread across from both parents because that's y'all seed. Now, if he's an outside child, an outside relationship person that came into your life after you had children, then now it's not that man's responsibility to take care of your children. So you got to learn how to balance two different responsibilities because your dating life and your responsibility as a parent, those are two separate entities. And you cannot expect for the outside man to take on the responsibilities that you made prior to him ever meeting you. The same way he can't expect for you to take on his responsibilities for the decisions he made prior to him meeting you. So either you're going to have to figure out how to balance multiple things between your personal life with your husband or boyfriend, work, children, and you yourself time. You got to figure it out. You got to figure it out. That's why you got to be very cautious and mindful of who you have kids with. So that way you can be with the person you have kids with. You don't have to worry about a boyfriend or husband because that child has the mother and the father. Let's see what we got here. Our children sometimes expected to forgive behavior from parents that the parent would never tolerate from their children. So basically, should I, as a child, an adult child now, be expected to forgive the things that some of these horrible parents have done because they survived? But mentally, that stuff still can bother them. But because they survived, you should be willing to forgive me for, that. I get it. No, not being a parent doesn't come with a handbook. Totally get it. But common sense is something that you should have. And we all know what we don't like, what we do like. So we know what we like and what we do like and don't like. We know what another person wouldn't like because we wouldn't want it done to us. So you want them to forgive you for your bad behaviors? They don't have to. They don't want to. Nah. Let's see what else. We got, I think, just one more. At what point does honor your mother become an excuse people use to avoid holding mothers accountable? Oh, yes. Is that going to always be the go-to? Obey thy mother. Even when you point out problems with the mother, is that going? No, you're supposed to obey your mother though. You're not supposed to. So you telling me my mama then cut me with a knife? My mama then shot me. My mama then hit me in the head with a hard metal object. My mama then did all these, but you're supposed to obey thy mother. That's gonna always be the go-to to avoid accountability. And when you probably say, man, ain't nobody else shot their child. You better go online, YouTube it, Google it. Pull it up. Lady got mad at her daughter, shot at her daughter. It's not an exaggeration. You would think like it's no way possible, but it has happened. It has happened. You had another story where a lady got mad at her son. Her and her son got into an altercation, got to arguing. Lady got so mad when he got a gun, shot her son, killed him. Then like, my bad. I don't know. I think he had took the car or something. She got mad because he took the car. Killed her own son. She had anger issues, attitude problems. And it got so bad to that day, she took the life of her own child. So, at what point do we just not make people understand just because you give birth does not mean you are a good mother? You know if what you're doing is good or bad. We're not asking you to be perfect because ain't nobody perfect. Nobody's gonna always get it right, but you do know what is unacceptable. That's something you do know. And if you can't tell yourself, then that wasn't right. You already see you're probably not gonna never change because you can't even be honest with yourself. We up out of here, man. It's your guy, Mail Mann. I rock with y'all, man. I love y'all. Thank y'all for everything that y'all do for me, man. Hey, hit that like and subscribe button, man. If you're really rocking with your guy, man. And make sure that you get ready for hoodie season because this episode is sponsored by Now You See Me brand. Is getting ready for hoodie season. Make sure that y'all go over there and check out y'all some dope hoodies. Dope hoodies. Go over there. Check it out. Rock with them. Rock with them. We all over the website. Get you that R. Jenkins hoodie. Get you that Mia Moore hoodie. Get you them different color hoodies. Just rock with us, man. We up out of here. I love y'all. And until next time, I will see y'all. Stay grinding, stay focused, and keep moving. And think outside the box.